voiceless.
Right.
Death of Mr. Williams shouldn't happen, and administration, Mayor Adams, Governor Holcomb needs to be held accountable for what's going on. This administration has shown itself to be heartless, to not care about the disenfranchised, to not care about poor and black and brown human beings, and that's what they are. That's what we are. I'm a former incarcerate, home 4 years now, and it doesn't seem like anyone cares. This is an example. This is the same administration that's evicting homeless people. So where's the heart in these people? So it doesn't surprise me that they don't have a heart and don't care about the deaths that are taking place on Rikers Island. And I'm here, we are here to be the voice for the voiceless and hold their ass accountable, put the fire to their feet and make them do their job, not as just human beings, but their job as administrators and save lives. Like, what are we doing here? This is unacceptable. And we're gonna continue to be here and fight for those that can't fight for themselves, and you can't hear them because they're locked inside there, but we're here. We're gonna continue to be here, and we're gonna continue to make sure that Mayor Adams and Governor Holcomb are held accountable. I'm feeling this, so I'm gonna end it right there because this is something near to me. Like I said, I've been there. I know brothers and sisters that are still locked down, and so this hurts, and it has to stop. And we're going to continue to be here. We're going to continue to fight for those that can't fight. So, appreciate it.
Amen.
What do we want?
Justice.
No, that sounds like. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. And here's the thing, I don't really believe in justice because being an army bred, I've never actually seen it on domestic soil. I've asked for it, I've begged for it, I've cried about it, I've rallied for it, I've advocated locally, nationally, and stateside for it, and I have yet to feel it. I spoke to the Williams family this week. Heartbreaking. Yet another family I am giving my condolences to. Yet another family I have to put my chaplain hat on to assist them with their grief and their loss, and while still help navigate their direction when they feel like they might not have any. When they feel overwhelmed with raw emotions of their loved one, their brother, their son being gone, for whatever the cause is, we know DOC won't give us answers rapidly. We know BOC didn't even produce a death report for 2023 until 9.5 months into the year. So we have every right to demand accountability. We have every right to demand answers. We have every right to say we want more than justice.
That's right.
We want equity.
Yes.
We want our human rights. We want what all soldiers say they served for. Oh, this is America. Everybody, regardless of what you think of them, are worthy of human rights. Everybody is worthy of having safe shelter. And guess what? DOC is considered a residence for those detainees. So that is their shelter point.
Yes.
It's supposed to be safe. It's supposed to be humane. Rikers is the worst landlord in New York City. Rikers is the worst medical provider in New York City. Rikers is the worst agency led by city administration in New York City. They're all bad, but that's the worst. What are we going to do about it when over half the population has a mental health concern? This is our problem. This is not a their problem. This is not you did the time, you did the crime, do the time problem. This is a community issue. How are we treating our most vulnerable? How are we assisting those who need treatment rather than jail? How are we showing up as clergy? That's a real question. Because the clergy that I know around DOC seems to lack empathy, seems to reach out to loved ones and forget what it's like to be close to God, what it's like to feel the Most High's presence and give that to someone love and care. So we have to show up for the people. We have to show up for the families, and we have to hold our electeds accountable. And I know it might not be the best intro, but I want to stand on that and say when we fight for what's right, there's very few electeds who have stood from the beginning to the middle through the end. But there is one elected that has been fighting with us, especially around hope solitary, from the beginning to the middle to the end. And we passed that bill a couple years ago. And in the city, he still fought with us to pass it in the city, which we did December 20th, 2023. And he's still out here in 2024 because he knows the severity of his constituents when they are detained by the Department of Correction. So I want to introduce to you now Assembly Member Harry Warren. Come on.